Esta batalla contra los australianos está previsto para una pelea. Ladies and gentlemen, this next six-man tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. La introducción de primera equipo número 1 de la ciudad de los malditos. Peso total combinado 735 libras. Presentamos el holocausto humano Punisher 747 y sus compañeros, los ganadores de la Copa Galley 2013 de parejas, el tirano de la tecnología Overload y su mismo compañero, el Voodoo americano Mojo McQueen. Esta es la maldición.
This is an unorthodox six-man tag team match if I've ever seen one. Team 2-Star with their new ally, Dante DVS. I think fans are well aware of the Midwest credentials of Marvelous Matt Knicks and Chris Castro and other organizations as a team. And with Dante DVS on their side, sporting a lot less part of the material on his clothes, maybe that will yield him more success as he has more freedom of possession as the body of desire and the weapon of mass seduction. Hey, so Team 2-Star ready to go, but the curse, what they did last week, is downright criminal as they laid to rest Alex Romero, carried him away, kidnapped him, and I think his remains are in that box. Oh, here we go. The match has already started. And we have seen a Pearl Harbor attack done now by all three members of the Curse. As McQueen sends Dante DVS to the floor, his Punisher is abusing Chris Castro on the outside. Knicks kicks Overload for a moment. Now clamps his head with his legs and a head scissors takedown. Arm dragged by Knicks. We've got action all over this ringside area for this six-man tag team explosion. which unfortunately has led Dante DVS to receiving a vicious beating on the outside. Where was Castro and Knicks to help him out on the floor? Does Dante DVS have any friends? I think a lot of questions are going to be answered in this six-man tag. Two Star Heroes working together. Quick trip, puts down overload, back exposed, back splash by Knicks. Castro kept him elevated. Overload, under a spell cast by Mojo McQueen to put himself with two of the most dangerous partners on the entire planet. If you can even call him a planet. Running forearm smash by Castro. An uppercut. This man packs a huge punch. And he is strong and he is powerful. And the speed at which he moves for a man his size is unprecedented and it's intense. High impact. Overload raking at the eye socket of Chris Castro, trying to prevent Castro from moving, and a headbutt by McQueen has Castro in a lot of pain. That headbutt was so vicious it sent Castro's headband flying towards the audience.
How you doing here, man?
Dante DVS now looking backwards, and apparently Mike Anthony is in the first row among the fans in this building watching his former manager. There's a lot of bad blood that exists between Mike Anthony and Dante DVS in terms of Navidad, and Anthony losing to Discovery in the submission match when Dante threw in the towel. Dante DVS might have distractions, but does he have any allies left on Earth? Dante DVS saved Matt Knicks, and that happened last week in this building when Mike Anthony scored the victory and refused to relinquish that rear naked chokehold. Dante DVS with a running shoulder block as Dante DVS with those massive right hands clobbering Mojo McQueen, but that headbutt put down Mojo McQueen for a moment. Look at that stare in the eyes of McQueen. He's possessed by some sort of demons. He doesn't care about rotating hips. Punisher grabs Dante and choke slapped him in the middle of the ring. What a powerful man this man Punisher is. Castro now being forced backwards by Smith. McQueen digging his fingernails right through the skin of Dante DVS' face. Dante DVS originally at one time actually was managing McQueen and Punisher. Boy, what a difference a year or two makes. My goodness. Overload, firing, repeated shots to the forearms and the neck and the shoulder blades, the collarbone. Stepping and standing on his throat in the corner. Knee lift by Overload as Dante DVS nearly fell to his thighs. Ruthless bulldog smash out of the corner. 2 count, broken up by Castro. The curse, La Maldición, as Team 2-Star on the ropes and maybe in big-time danger of suffering a defeat. Smith, with his back turned, has missed everything. Punisher, with 300 pounds, drops the elbow on Dante DVS, his former manager. Punisher does not look like a man who has any feelings or any remorse at all. He could care less who he's beating up half the time, as long as McQueen dictates what to do. Forearm smash, Dante DVS screaming in pain. And he's falling apart as we're seeing it live right now.
5 minutes gone by, 5 minutos pasadas.
Now the fans actually chanting and cheering for Dante to fight back, but he is in a dangerous spot. Total combined weight 735 pounds against the 240-pounder Dante DVS. And the body of desire, the weapon of mass seduction. is in more trouble now than ever before. And it's not just because he has made a verbal declaration that he wants Mike Anthony in the ring one-on-one, but he has aligned himself with two men that did not necessarily like or admire him in the past, Knicks and Castro. This is a dangerous situation for Dante to be in. But I think the fans are in full belief that when he made that declaration, that apology to the fans, that he made a mistake, that the fans believe him. Sitting on the small of the back, puts Dante DVS face first onto the mat below. McQueen straddles and stands above the fallen Dante DVS, who at one time was the most powerful man in Galley. And again, sitting on the small of the back multiple times, McQueen continues to exercise his control of the situation. Team 2-Star can do nothing but watch. It's like watching the demise of a once prized true fighting hero or villain of the squared circle, who literally is having his face twisted and turned into knots. Dante, on all fours, struggling to fight back, as he has literally been a weight in the ring, being twisted and tortured and mutilated by the curse. Roundhouse kick to the ribs. That single kick could have broken a rib. Roundhouse kick by Overload. Dante DVS absorbing every shot. He just ate the third one and is still kneeling upright from his knees. Elbow smashes to the side of the jaw. That could cause a hairline fracture that can affect each and every one of the muscles in and around the jaw and the face, the hairline and otherwise. Oh, DVS has had enough. DVS fighting back with some right-handed shots and hooks. Overload struggles, but now he fires back with simple roundhouse kicks. Overload is like a video game out of control, like a cheat code possessed by some sort of entity unknown to mankind. Knicks enters the ring. Castro doing the same. McQueen with a hook to Dante as he laid himself on those ropes. Overload laughing about it as he presses his body weight on top. But Dante DVS gets his left hand on the bottom rope, forcing the rope break. Dante DVS again in trouble. The Punisher re-enters the ring. Punisher, big huge shot right to the side of the lat muscle along the left-hand side. Walking sidewalk slam. He even added a little extra emphasis on that drop by turning his body sideways, allowing Dante DVS' body to echo and plant itself onto the mat before planting his body on top and smothering Dante DVS even further. A lot of sympathy for Dante DVS, but he's up against some pretty intense, insane odds at this moment. Dante DVS firing back with some back elbows, but the Punisher lays him out with that forearm smash. McQueen is back. Mojo McQueen literally laid out Alex Romero, kidnapped him, left him for dead, and then put his remains in his box of treasures. Standing, pressing, spiked slam. Slapping and humiliating the body of Desire at the same time. McQueen springboards off the ropes, and he missed the splash. He took a majority of that drop on his knees. That might cripple McQueen for a moment, but he uses his length of his torso to go across the ring and make the tag. He didn't see the tag made to Castro. Clothesline, drop kick, spinning heel kick. Castro, a man possessed at the moment. Oh, wait a minute! Castro gave the big boot and knocked out Dante DVS off the apron. That was a big 2-star mistake. Team 2-star can't even agree to disagree. Now Dante DVS laid up against those barricades. Anthony yelling at his former manager. Castro takes down Overload anyway. against three men who are fresh. Knicks by himself, all alone against the curse, but he has nobody to help him. Knicks by himself. Oh my! Triple team pickup and a flatliner. The curse have won it.
Damas and caballeros, aquí estamos ganadores. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners. The team of Overload Punisher 747. Voodoo, Mojo, McQueen.
Mike Anthony just laid out Dante DVS with several chair shots.
Apparently, there has been some failure to understand a few things here, you galleries. First and foremost, GPA and Joey Marks has no right to a championship match against the Conrads. Overload and Mojo McQueen are your Galley Lucha Tag Team Tournament winners. Therefore, we are the rightful #1 contenders. Now, I think that Mason Conrad believes that he has some sort of victorious secret. But understand this. Understand this. Understand this. I swear to God, if you want me again, I'm going to come and break your damn face off. We have the key to victory.